It's Jay Joseph with J Money Secrets. And who am I? I'm a wealth advocate. I'm a stock and options trader. I'm your licensed insurance agent, and I'm an investor. Let's invest. I want to talk with you all and tell you about how I created my first semi-passive stream of income and how you can do the same thing as well. Now, when we look at that, we need to get to a point where we need to create money and not just earn money, right? We need to be able to make money where we don't necessarily have to trade an hour to make a dollar. In addition to that, we got to get to a point where our money is working hard for us and not we only working hard for our money and our money being used more than one time. I did a previous video that talked about this thing called compounded interest of how to make our money work for us and use it more than one time. And this is how we accumulate this thing called wealth at an exponential level. But what does that look like? We're literally having enough income that's coming in, supporting the lifestyle that we desire. But most importantly, we have the time to be able to enjoy that lifestyle. And that's what wealth is. And that's why I created this channel and created the brand of J Money Secrets. Now, I was always taught to go to school, get good grades, get a good job, and then of course put money into your retirement plan that's offered by your employer. I did a video previously that talked about the employer-sponsored retirement programs so you can have a better understanding and you can make better financial decisions for you and your family based off those employer retirement plans that's out there. Now, I want to talk about, I followed the same path, right? As I mentioned, going to school, getting good grades, getting a good job, working in corporate America, working for someone, which there's nothing wrong with working for someone. Everyone is not meant to be an entrepreneur, but everybody is meant to be an investor. And then I started my retirement plan. So I'm making contributions to my retirement plan. And although I was a licensed financial advisor, it still took me like almost 12 months before starting my 401k. Like, that's what we call opportunity cost. Think about for the whole year, the contributions I missed putting into that account, the contributions I missed that my employer matched, and then also the dividends or the interest or the capital gains that could have accrued in that account over a year. This is why we have to act haste, right? We can't wait on making the financial decisions that we need to make. The sooner, the better, because the longer that we have money, the longer it can work for us and the more we can have in the long term. But I did start putting money into my retirement account, and I actually put away a little bit more than what my employer was matching. Knowing what I know now, I would only contribute to what my employer is matching. And then what did I do? I started investing my money specifically in the S&P 500 fund. A lot of times these mutual fund companies have 15 to 20 options that you can invest into. Well, the 401k plans have about 15 to 20 mutual funds you can put your money into. I always elect for the S&P 500 fund, their version, because normally most mutual funds seek to outperform the S&P 500, and a lot of them don't even consistently do that. So now I have the money I'm contributing, what my employer is matching, and then money inside of this mutual fund actually working for me. Luckily, I started investing right after 2008 because unfortunately in 2008 we had a big, what we call market crash. And that was because subprime mortgage lending. And that's the thing, when you invest into the stock market, no, it's not guaranteed. The money can go up and go down. So we want to be very tactical about when and what money we have in the market, but specifically when we also going to need it. But luckily, I started investing after that 2008 crash. So the market was kind of on an upward trajectory from this point. So I got to a point where I started to really understand, like, what is this retirement program, right? They never taught me this in high school nor in college. But I started researching and I called the benefits department and I was talking to them about this retirement plan. I'm like, hey, my money is going here. Yeah, it's on autopilot, but what is really happening here? I see the balance is going up or down. And then I started getting a better understanding. And one thing that I learned that they had a provision of what we call a loan. And normally these loan programs inside of the retirement plans, your employer has to offer that within those plans. And my employer just happened to offer two. One for a first-time home buyer and one just for a general loan. So now with the loan, remember, debt loans are not taxable. So I was able to pull out, borrow a portion of my money from my 401k plan. When I borrowed my money from my 401k plan, I invested into what we call an asset. We discussed what an asset is. An asset is something that's going to put something that you invest into that's going to pay you an income on a perpetual basis or a lump sum capital gain. So I researched that investment. I had already in mind what I was going to do with that money before I receive it. It's so important that you have a plan for your money before you get access to that money. So then I found out how to get access to that money. So then I borrowed from my 401k plan. Luckily, I didn't pay no taxes. And then I had the ability to pay it back every pay period. So I had a little flexibility on the time frame I can pay it back over a 5-year time period. But ideally, the money I took out, the asset that I put my money into, was paying me enough cash flow that superseded the amount that I was paying every paycheck back to my employer. And it wasn't even taxable. Now, the thing about that is the money that I borrowed from my employer's plan, that opportunity cost, I no longer have it in the S&P 500 fund. So I wasn't earning I wasn't earning interest from that aspect. But I was earning money from the actual asset that I bought. And the asset that I bought was vending machines. And vending machines, they're not passive, they're what we call semi-passive, where I put a little bit of work into it on a weekly or semi-weekly basis, and I receive income from it every week or every other week. I don't have to be there the full 12 hours that people are accessing my vending machines. And that's where we have to get to. We have to take our earned income, turn that into capital to invest into assets and leverage the other assets or even liabilities that we have to buy more assets. And that's how we build this thing wealth. But what if there was a vehicle that I told you all that you can put money into, similar to like a 401k? It can actually grow and earn interest for you. You can borrow from it. And when you borrow from it, you're still earning interest on the money that you borrowed from, and you're paying a low interest loan on that money. And you got access to that money to go buy another asset to produce income. Now you're getting money. Your money's working for you in two ways. And this is how we get our money to work multiple times for us. And this is how we build this thing called wealth. And there's so many opportunities, so many things that we can do to create this. And everyone's situation is different. Everyone's expertise, your skill set, your knowledge, your credit is different. So I want to take the opportunity to talk with you one-on-one to see what do you have in your household that you can actually leverage to create another stream of income and actually make money on your money while your money is making money for you in multiple ways. Check my link in the bio. Click and sign up for one of my free and legacy planning, so we can see how we can help you achieve this thing called financial independence at a faster level than probably what you're doing right now. And comment in below any questions you guys have got about anything that we talked about financially, any topics that you guys want me to discuss. Let me know. Until then, like and subscribe so you don't miss another video. Let's invest.